Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday or Friday. We do have a little bit of a schedule change here, guys, today. And I thought rather than doing a post and hoping that everybody saw it, we know we can always talk about what is going on. So Bill is not feeling well. His Human is not feeling well today. So he wanted a couple of extra days to rest so that he could be here fully present with you guys and feeling good. So we're going to have him day after tomorrow on Saturday at the same time. So it'll be Saturday the 8th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I will repost it and I'll send you guys some reminders. But I figured you guys had the time block, so let's talk about what's going on in this energy field. And I have to tell you, there's still quite a bit of either thinking in the past or worrying about the future. Very common. We've all had that, right? It's a habit from the past. It's a habit from the third dimension. And so today's focus group is really going to help with this because it's going to help us all get centered, grounded, and recognize what it feels like to be fully present in the now moment. Everything's created right now, including the stuff that's in your noodle, right? If you're going back to a certain year, right? It still happened back then in the now moment. And so we're in the middle of this shifting this habit of thinking and planning first and going into feeling. And so it's, we're reversing the process here. And you're going to want to reverse the process because the process for manifesting by feeling first is a heck of a lot quicker. Because when we do it on a linear timeline, it's the struggle bus, and that's why so many people give up on stuff that they want to do because you're doing the struggle bus instead of aligning, right? There's third dimension and everything. There's childhood, teen, adult, blah, 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 right? So when you're in this timeline, so if you're acting, thinking, still doing the same habits, you're still getting that same timelines reflecting back to you. Want a new timeline reflected back to you, we got to focus here, right? Focus on creating from the new. And how do we do that? And we do this every week in focus group. It's all alignment. It's energetic alignment and doing what you feel in your heart. If you missed the live yesterday, I really encourage everybody to take a look at that. It shows how your thought starts in the field of creation and then what keeps it coming towards you and what accelerates it coming towards you. And so lots of fun stuff. We're playing in the quantum field here, guys. So, and that really is how we live. The biggest part of you is in the spiritual realm. The biggest part of you is in the non-physical realm. Remember, the human's a little part of it. The human's very important part, though. This is your vessel. And are you treating it that way? Big question, big question. How do you see your body? How do you talk to your body? Do you allow your body to do its thing? Because it's a genius all by itself. And if your human doesn't get in the way with it, it can really absolutely do things beyond your wildest imagination. So wanted to share that. Let's talk about this. And I'm going to talk about some stuff that I'm noticing in the collective. It's interesting. I can tell when things are popping in here, and feedback that I get from the community and from clients too. Gives me an idea of what stuff's kind of getting poked up right now to be healed. Okay, so let's see who we've got in here. Let me peek in here. Stacy, hello. Hello, Georgia. Lisa in Sweden. Hello, Ursula. Vicky. Hi, Vicky. Cares here. Jeff is here. Awesome, awesome. Helene, hello. Yeah, we got a good group here. Cheryl, Steve, Robin, Donna, Maury. Awesome, awesome. Hey, Britton. Good to see you here. Gina, Paul. Yeah, lots of light bulbs. Yeah. Those images when they came in, I was so relieved actually, because sometimes it just really helps to have a visual reference. Especially when I've been practicing this for so long and able to focus into that field. It's like, okay, how can you teach others to do that? So yeah, those visuals really do help. Hey, Jen. Leanna, Sonia. Sonia's in the house. Yay. All right. So I want to talk about this. And again, you can see this, it looks kind of innocuous, but this is, there's a lot still going on. And the, so the guidance for February is that basically you will find yourself unrecognizable come March 1st. And they don't mean that in a bad way, it's in a great way, because not only is this shedding of the old and the completion of the old continuing to fall away, but you're really going to have more access to these energies. And we are like jumping forward so many timelines. It's thousands and thousands and thousands of timelines per second. So remember, we're beyond the noodle. And so our consciousness is flying forward and it's dragging anything that can't go through this. Remember, there's like a glass wall now between the 3D and the 5D. And so this thing can't penetrate that glass wall. It just can't. It's no longer in resonance. And so if you're holding on to it with your focus, the only thing that's going to happen is you're just going to have a reflection back that is 3D-esque, right? That does not mean, right? You don't get trapped in the other bubble. Anybody in the third dimension has the ability to focus themselves forward into the fifth dimension. And they do that in their own divine timing. And so when you know you've chosen it, your only responsibility is always love and consciousness. Okay. Now, one of the things that I'm seeing as a absolute trend is, and these trends change every couple of days. It's interesting. Um, Control. And my guides have told me though, in the collective right now, all things that your human's trying to control rather than allow or come to peace with it is the biggest part. Can you be at peace with it? And this is how it was described to me. Everything that triggers you, right? So everything that triggers you is either something or someone that you are trying to control. Oh, yeah, I know. I was like, ooh, okay. That makes it really easy to do some inventory, doesn't it? Okay, now don't judge yourself. Triggers or information and go, okay, why is that? Why is that? Am I trying to control a person, place, or thing? And notice if you're judging. How come they don't know any better? Don't they know what I know? All of those. See, so the trigger gives you so much information. Okay, not only am I not at peace with this when I need to just let this whole thing go right now, because it is what it is. This moment has already been manifested. What do I choose to create in this now moment? Do I want to focus on the thing that's got me buggered here and then stay on that? Because what's going to happen? I assure you, will repeat. What you focus on and the meaning you give to it, right, is what you're creating. And so it's really cool. Is something triggering me? And am I trying to control something or someone? And let me tell you, you got to watch. This is sneaky around the people you've known the longest and the people you're closest to, because what happens is this thing goes, they should know. They should know this is annoying me. They should know. And the newsflash, the reason they're not doing it is they don't care. It's not on their radar. They're on another frequency. Something else is happening in their field. And so all of these are right. It's information. So we don't have to get triggered by it, and don't get upset with yourself. All triggers, see that as these, I'll show you. Let me go to the next, because I can show you better with the, referencing the chakra chart here, because this is blowing up still. Like you can see, like, whoa. I mean, this looks like a minefield, and it truly is right now. It's an emotional minefield for many, because we're purging those things that, and there's a lot of like hidden areas of things that we're trying to control too. So be mindful of this stuff. Let me move the melon here so I can show you guys. Okay, so you can see, and this is so this I went through yesterday. You could see these spikes, but look at what happened again. Circle back again. This is literally almost 24 hours later. It's happening again. Another spike in the upper chakras. This is for so many. This isn't, gosh, they're coming in right now with this one. You do not heal your body with logic. You do not heal your body with logic. In the fifth dimension, we allow the body to do what it knows how to do, which means we have to let go of all of these rules, all rules about nutrition and all that. We must go into eating intuitively. And right now, by the way, give yourself a ton of space and grace. Don't you, as long as you attempt, what is this meal reflecting back to me? Take 3 deep breaths and say, is this good for my body? See what you get. See if you get a yes. And then if you're not ambivalent about it, listen, give yourself some grace, but we're returning to allowing the body, learning how to communicate with our body and be in harmony with it. This is so essential. And we are in there. For those of you who are participating in the retreat, we're doing a deep dive into the body. And it's going to like really be eye-opening in so many ways because we have to shift our whole perspective on how we see the body, how we treat the body. And when there's sensations, practice now, replace the word PAIN. I'm not even going to say it. I don't want to put it out there, but replace it with sensations. And then any sensation in your body is a message, any and all. The message might be, I'm upgrading you right now. The message might be, oh, the beach ball you've been holding underwater for all these years, it's ready to come to the surface. And so the there's information in everything, and the body is so smart that it knows what it's doing, and then it's time for our human to get in touch with that and be in harmony with the body so that we can get these messages. And you're in the fifth dimension, you don't need to create wellness. It is assured. And even before I was awakened, was unconsciously doing this because I made a decision. My body is not getting sick again. I'm going over 21 years now. Zippo, zippo. But because I absolutely have embodied this. And this was shown to me in the sense that I have existed and do exist in a parallel reality where that is already happening. And what I did is I embodied that version of me, which is really essentially what all of us are doing here in the fifth dimension. We're embodying that pure, perfect version of you, which is already abundant, which is already healthy, which has infinite intelligence, all of that. None of that has anything to do with your noodle. Absolutely nothing. The noodle is a storage container. It can only hold history files. And when you ask it for information, it goes to the lowest point of view available. It tells you, oh, only one solution. Oh, you're desperate. Oh, no time. All of those things are all happening. That's all linear, and it's just noodle soup for real. So good stuff is coming ahead as you continue to ascend forward and you have access to higher levels of consciousness. You will be able to perceive everything I'm talking about right now. So do not worry. Remember, this is all energetic. You're receiving it. And then in your own time, when you approach a level of consciousness, it'll all of a sudden you're going to go, oh, wait a minute. I think she said something about this. And the dots connect for you energetically. And then, so what all we do is be open to receiving it. And then if the noodle comes up with something, is it possible that that's not true? Because you got to start to question your own belief system if it's not serving you. And you know it's not serving you if you're worried about it. If you're worried about anything or doubting something, you've got to then go into your heart and say, okay, is this a belief system? What must I believe is true that this doesn't feel true? And when you go into curiosity, you're not in judgment. And that's when you are opening yourself to some answers. So, all right. What else we got here? I wanted to look at this with you guys. So this is, Bert, I see, yeah, head, this can absolutely affect the upper chakras. The upper chakras, pressure in the head. The eyes can be blurry. Sometimes one eye's blurry, the other one's not. Sometimes both are. The eyes are undergoing massive, massive upgrades, ringing in the ears, lots of teeth, gums. These are all old energies that have been stored in the body's DNA. Some of it's being purged, which is the purge, and then it's followed in the middle here is the upgrade that's happening. And you can see another purge because as it's released, the universe loves a void. As it's released, you can then receive these new energies and you can receive the upgrades. And you can see here the solar plexus, not too many big purges. This is, and you can see here, these are upgrades. And before this was getting spiked galore because this is your power center. This is where if you have anxiety, all of those type of feelings, that is because you're feeling, it's a feeling of a lack of power. This is getting upgraded, and we no longer look for power in the noodle. Your power is in grounding with Gaia. That's your stability. Safety is when you are one with Gaia. That is where you feel your safety. And we do this every week in focus group. What do we do? Immediately we ground into Gaia, and that gets reflected back to you. That's why it's such a safe and beautiful space that we operate in. Same thing here. It's always feeling safe and powerful here, right? And this is upgrading so that you are feeling new levels of your power, and letting go of, there are some old incarnations where it was scary to have power. Remember, we can only give power away. We can only give it away. And so if you're giving it away, call it back. Say, come on back. I'm ready. I am ready. And the power has nothing to do with power over other people. It's your own power to create, your own power to create from your heart space. It's never here. It's never here. This is now do you have an option to do this? Yes. That's the 3D bubble. When you go into the heart, you're in the 5D bubble, creating everything out of love and light. And it's your light and you're directing the particles of creation. That was the video I did yesterday. It's your light that you expand into. You expand up and out into it. And so that's why if you picture like a cone, at the bottom of the cone is the third dimension linear. That's where you're struggling on the surface. And then when you expand your light out, your orbit is way wider, and that's where you have the ability to bend time, they call it, because there is no time and space, and you have, fear's fewer options, and then love is unlimited opportunity. And so when you are allowing yourself into that orbit and you are in alignment, everything's about energy alignment. Where am I right now? Am I in the present moment? If I'm not, then you know where you are, and that's okay. You don't have to judge it. Okay, I recognize that right now I'm not in alignment. Now you're at peace and you're back. So we instantaneously can always be in that desired dimension. Okay. It's not you don't have to get in a rocket ship. We don't need any special transportation to get there. It's all in the heart space with the breath. And then I know who I am. And voila, there you be. So, again, for those of you who may have come in a little bit late, I know you were all anxious to see and hear from Bill Kale. His human's not feeling well today. So he sent me a note early this morning and asked if we could reschedule for Saturday. I will post about that. So he will be here, and hopefully feeling a lot better. And that'll be Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. A couple of other reminders. So I think, Robin, I saw a note from you. For everybody who is registered for the virtual retreat, for the Cabo retreat, not those who are going to be here with me, you do not have to attend this tomorrow. But for anybody that is registered for this is going to be Saturday, February 15th. You guys are doing the virtual Cabo retreat with us. We've got a full schedule planned for you guys. Tomorrow at noon Pacific time, there is a free meeting where you guys are getting an activation because we're doing a quantum leap. We are doing a quantum leap. So you're going to get the first part in the group. Now, if you cannot attend, it is not a problem. I will send you the recording and you can absolutely do it on your own. And then the registration for anybody that wants to still join the virtual retreat, the registration, I'm going to close that on Monday, mainly because I want everybody to have time to prepare for this quantum leap activations that they're going to have the following Saturday. So I'll be reminding you guys in the community, but the last day to sign up for the virtual retreat will be on Monday. What is that going to be? 10th, I believe. Yeah, Monday, February 10th will be the last day to sign up for that. Okay, so let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions. And then I know it's focus group day today. Woof. They are really, really bringing us, it feels like, and I know those of you who participate in this every week, it's always perfect for where we're at as a group. It always just uses the power of the group, the power of the container to just magnify everything. So it's really magical. I always look forward to it. I love it. I told you, I wake up like in like such the best mood always on Thursdays because I know we get to hang in that beautiful container. Gina, thank you. Yes, we're sending tons of blessings to Bill, and we will. I'm hoping that we will absolutely be seeing him Saturday morning. That'll be in 2 days. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to let everybody chill. And I'm going to see you guys, those who are registered for focus group today. I'll see you guys in a couple of hours. And I love you guys. Thanks for coming in here. I will, again, I'll put all the new information up about Bill's sound healing session on